Welcome to another video on semi-solid calculations and using stock. Using stock is done a lot in pharmacy practice. What is a stock? A stock is what you have on your shelf that's pre-prepared, a known quantity and a known concentration because there's a drug dissolved or dispersed in something, which is a vehicle or a base, and it gives identity when it gives the percentage, or we use ratio strength whenever a percentage is filled with zero and decimals. Now, did you know that you can use the same C1V1 equals C2V2, or Q for quantity, V for volume, to figure out how you can interchange or substitute one stock for another? Let's look. So here, a formulation calls for 25 grams of zinc oxide 10% ointment. But you go into your pharmacy or on your shelf and you only have zinc oxide 14% ointment. So there comes a challenge. There's a quagmire. Something is happening right there. So you're like, okay, I cannot fill this prescription. I don't have the stock in my warehouse or on my shelf. I only have 14%. So you turn away the patient. No, you don't need to do that. C1V1 C2V2, or C1Q1 C2Q2, quantity, volume, same difference, right? You can figure out how much of the 14% will carry the drug that you needed. So the first thing you need to do is figure out how much drug is in the 25 grams of 10% ointment and match it with a quantity of the 14% ointment that will carry the same amount of drug. You're substituting one stock for another. It is no different than filling a prescription where the doctor needs 10 milligrams of a drug and you only have 5 milligram tablets in the pharmacy. And so the person takes 2 tablets instead of 1. Do you turn away the patient? No, absolutely not. The patient needs must be met. And if you can do so, you do so. So let's look at it. C1V1, C2V2, we know that we want some amount of drug to be provided by the stock. So the stock replacement is a 14%. So 10 over 25, let me go and put everything here on the slide. Let's go. So we know the stock is 10%, 25 grams. We know that the new stock that we're using for the replacement is 14, but we don't know the quantity to be used, right? So you make the unknown quantity the subject of the mathematical statement, which is 10 times 25 divided by 14. And voila, you have 17.86 grams of ointment. So my conclusion is, if I don't have zinc oxide 10% ointment in my pharmacy, in my storeroom, all I need to do is weigh 17.86 grams of the 14% and I'm fine. So let's look at it. Let's look at the two. 10% zinc oxide, 25 grams mean 2.5 grams of API is present. So let's actually double check what we have done. 14% means 14 over 100 times 17.86 give you the same 2.5%. So I am very confident that 17.86 gram of the ointment, the replacement ointment, the 14% replacement ointment, will provide me with the API that the 10% should have, and I can easily do my substitution. With that said, I've just showed you that you can use C1V1, C2V2 to replace a stock, or in the previous video, use it to make a stock. If this video has been beneficial, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.